Yeah, yeah. They make me go again. Ah, yeah. Yo, I one west to the dead. Yeah. Fuck everything else. Big boot on me fringes. Girl, I tell me say she love the way how me change it. Everything sign and seal. Then I tell me say she love the deal. Yeah, yeah. Big boot on me fringes. Girl, I tell me say she love the way how me change it. If I don't know you picking my youth, me I tell you no straight out. And I'm a business. Yeah, man I move real heavy. 20 man I jump out a couple Chevy. Well serious, man no look happy. Wrong move to a boy in a dopey. Them a waste man. Them a talk about me but me no care man. After everything else me still be a man. Cause the truth me a talk and the truth and the part me a stay man. Yeah, delivered it on fire. Everything up in the ear like fire bonfire. But I can't tell you how I'm me dead, so let them have the rising power. Liar, sha'Allah. This is what fear my brothers and my sisters. We get caught off early. Big boot on the fringes. Girl, I tell me say she really love all the changes. If I don't know you picking my youth, me I tell me straight out. And I'm my business. Yeah. Big boots on my braids, man. Yeah. Me not left me shades on. Special type of gun for this occasion. Hardcore, can't tip on the right hand. Everything talking real neat. Tell her why I cut just through him, no sweet, discreet. Him a trouble for breed. I am not shouting. Me conscience it a speak. Rats and snakes, them don't get sweet. Yeah, they give them the realness. Don't start freak out. When 200 million of me niggas them out. Yeah, shot in the face, shot in the mouth. Rise it up, balance the soul reaper. Make evil stay far. Yeah, well, I know what I'm say. The truth though, I saw the thing over. Move, big boot on my fringes. Girl, I tell me say she love the way how me change it. If I don't know you picking my youth, me I telling you straight out. And I'm my business. Big boot on my fringes. Big boot on my fringes. Boot on my fringes. Yeah, I'm told. One West and nothing else.
Check. Can y'all hear me?
Sir, can you hear us, sir?
Con, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Come, sir. I'm going to put you up on the screen, Salaki, sir.
All right, that's toward the water.
Come.
Took that camera down some about. Keep going. Let's get right up the water. Good.
Come.
All right, Most High in Christ. Who all we got over there who we got over there in Durham?
We got Officer Iraq, myself, and Officer Yanazar, sir.
Most High in Christ.
We're about to get up on the screen in just a moment, sir. I'm just kind of fixing this up.
Okay, do you think?
Come.
All right, so we live right now?
Come, sir.
All right, well, Most High in Christ. I clap it up to get a Lord a hand. Once again, we are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, operating up under Command and Junior Hunter. We are not affiliated with no Israelite groups or churches, you understand? The ISUPK stand on its own. We go out into the streets and been in the streets since 1969, teaching the truth of the Bible, you understand? And we do this under the guidance and counsel of Commanding General Yohana. And the thing that we do that nobody else does is we go into the scriptures and we actually lead our people. It is a job, a duty, and an honor to do things that our people need because no one else is doing it. You understand? Everybody else that has tried has failed. When you talk about Marcus Garvey, you talk about Selassie, you talk about Malcolm X. Hold on, Selassie for a second. All you gotta do is just come on in. If you're up there already, like on the link itself. Because the link I sent to you is directly goes to the what's called for Durham. You got it. You know, like the link that I sent to you. Just click on that link. It'll go straight to the. It'll come straight into the class. It'll come straight into the online broadcast. Just email it to yourself. Copy it and send it to yourself. You want me to send it? You want me to send it to your email? I can send it to your email. Go into your text message and send it to your email. Yes, sir. Come. Yes, sir. I show them no question. All right, Salaki. And like I was saying, Salaki for that. All the other people that we consider to be leaders for us as a nation of people have failed us. You understand? Whether it's been Marcus Garvey, Selassie, Malcolm X, DMX, you know what I'm saying? Martin Luther King. Who else? Who's some of those other leaders that we, JFK, Bill Clinton, all these people that we thought that had an idea of what the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians needed.
So
go ahead.
So like if I may, sir, people like Clarence 13X, Nations of Gods and Earth and all that.
Right. The 5%ers. Like the 5%ers, the Muslims, the Moors, who else? The Christians. All these people has given us different identities and ideologies, right? For us to so-called fix our community, right? If these things were so fantastically well, why haven't they worked? I'm a sidebar for a minute. I was just talking to my rib this morning. We were just talking about scriptures, right? And the one thing that I found about our people and the best way to teach our people is through our pain, through our trouble. And then we get them out of the hellhole and the mindset that they live in, and through the hopes of the scriptures, the hope and the patience of the scriptures. These are the things that help what? The saints, right? So what we were talking about, I was just like, when we talk about pain, we have somebody in our family that has struggled with drug addiction. We have somebody in our family that has struggled with marrying the opposite races. We have people in our family that have struggled with alcoholism. We have people in our families that have struggled with abandonment issues, adultery, fornication, picket. These are the things that we as a nation of people are forced to ask the question, why us, Lord? Like we all have though. If I'm in a crowd of black people, y'all follow me, right? And I say, raise your hand if you've ever experienced any of these things in your family, right? As a nation of people. And as so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we can all identify with these issues in our community, right? And the leaders or the shepherds that America has given us, or the leaders and shepherds that was placed in front of us, none of those things have worked for us, man. Not any of them. Because if they have, then we wouldn't be in the condition that we are in right now. You understand? So with that being said, let me get the book of Zechariah 11 and 5, Baba Kwasha.
Come.
The book of Zechariah 11 and 5. I know Yonazar, but I know Yonazar gonna hit me in a minute. I can see him. I can feel him. Come on, what you got?
Test. This is the book of Zechariah. Chapter, we said 11 and 5.
Baba Kwasha.
Chapter 11, verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
Whose possessors slay them
Mm-hmm.
and hold themselves not guilty.
Go ahead.
And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord,
Mm-hmm.
for I am rich. And their own shepherds pity them not.
Who pities them not?
Christian pastor.
Right. So what I want to do, can y'all mind if we break this thing down, UPK? Okay, he on there now.
Officer Abraham is on, sir.
Come on, read it again from the top.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
These are the things that we've experienced under different leaderships in Isupk. Salakia, Officer Abraham, you ready?
Khan. You go
All right,
ahead and finish that. I'll take it when you finish.
Okay, Most High in Christ, the water, the one. Okay, read that again, Yonazar.
Khan. Whose possessors slay them.
Now you gotta and go ahead.
And hold themselves not guilty.
And this empire, after generation after generation, throughout generation after generation, we've seen tons of atrocities that we face as a nation of people. Like and they are, our history is littered with all these things that we faced as a nation of people. Whether it's drug addiction, alcoholism, rape, robbery, all these things are we faced with day to day. And the one thing that we know is the oppressor are the people that we're in captivity under. Guess what? Everything that they do, they feel like it's never their fault. They feel like our destruction and our mishaps in life, they have nothing to do with it. They feel like whatever happened to you, you should have made a better decision. But the problem is when you take a nation of people and you strip them of everything, they're left to cling to whatever's left. And what we've been left to cling to in this empire is filth. We're ravaged with filth, and we're lacking the dignity and honor that we should have as a nation of people. So we act out and we see things that are in the news or in our communities. Guess what the oppressor say? I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Right.
That's on y'all. That's what the oppressor does. He holds himself not guilty. We've seen it time and time again play out in the courtroom. We've seen it play out in the education. You know what I'm saying? When I say education, I mean we go to school. We said separate but equal, correct?
Right.
But those are Plessy versus who? Ferguson, right? Yeah, you know, see these are real facts. And then we bring it out and say, you know, we never had a fair shot. Well, it ain't my fault. It's not my problem. Blame it on who? Your leadership, your shepherds. These are the people who said these are the things they wanted. They wanted that we raised our hand and said we wanted like proper living quarters. So they gave us projects, right? We said that we want to work in these the water, brother. We say we want to work into these factories, jobs, and things like that, right? So what the thing that they gave us to somehow equally hire us on the job? What the thing that's called? What is it called? Affirmative action. These are things that our leaders raise their hand for. But what they do is the oppressors say, well, if I'm going to give you this, I'm going to tie some things into it. And if you don't have a strong sense of morality when it comes to your people, you will sell your people out for the one little thing that you want, right? That one little grain that said, well, I did something. But without proper leadership and proper guidance in this book right here, this Holy Bible, you're not doing nothing for your people. It's very counterproductive, if I may. You know what I'm saying? It's very counterproductive. Read on, Yonazar.
God. And they that sell them say,
they say what?
Blessed be the Lord.
And then here go the other part. All the atrocities that they've done here to us as a nation of people, you know what they have the nerve to put on the American dollar? In God we trust. You imagine that? You imagine knowing in your history that you're responsible for a genocide of God's chosen people. You understand? Because they're not oblivious to the truth of who we are. They know exactly who we are, right? So you mean to tell me you're responsible for the murder of the Gad, Reuben? You understand? The Seminoles, all these our brothers, the Puerto Ricans, the Haitians, the so-called African American. You're responsible for the death and genocide of all those people. Yet and still, you say, "In God we trust." The oppressor trusts in his might and his will to kill and rule over everybody. That's what he trusts in.
That's right.
He trusts in the missiles and the bombs that he drops on different nations across the earth. Read on, Yanazar.
How about God? And they that sell them say, Blessed be the Lord, for
in God we trust. Go ahead.
For I am rich.
For he's what?
I am rich.
You think about what we were saying. Officer Abraham was saying is, if you tell our brothers and sisters to walk out of them Amazon plants today, Jeff Bezos would go broke in a matter of seconds. You understand that? I know everybody is afraid of this new machine that's supposed to be coming into McDonald's and replacing the employees. Let me tell you something. McDonald's been popping ever since Calvin came home. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember when Calvin came home and Calvin, he bringing home the cheeseburgers and all that? Yeah, Calvin got a job. Huh?
Yeah.
The United States military would fall apart in seconds. We make these nations, we make all the other nations rich that live amongst us. We make them rich because everything that we do, we give it over to them. Because we don't have anything about us to say, you know what, I need to retain my self-value. So we give away somebody who looks like they can say, good job, Johnny. We give it away for a smile and a place at the table. But at the same time, if we understood our value, we would keep it. Read on, Yanazar.
So like I said, if I may.
Go ahead.
One of the brothers, I think he was from Trinidad. I don't remember the brother's name. He posted that in the Grammys that a unknown white reggae group won best reggae group.
Do you know why they won the best reggae group? I can't even get it out of my mouth. Because this is the thing with us. For me to do a dance, I could do my dance. You remember the snake, right? Everybody used to do the snake. Y'all remember the snake? And you're gonna say, well, Officer Zion just doing the snake. But put Brad Pitt and let him do the snake. See what we're gonna do. Go white boy. Go white boy.
Right.
We're gonna eat it up, man. We're gonna eat it up. You take a brother like Ayathon and do the pop lock, right? He do the whole what's his name? Ozone and what's his name?
Turbo.
What's the other brother?
Turbo.
Ozone and Turbo. That's Ayathon right there. Y'all don't know that, right? But then you take Justin Bieber and put him on a drum set, and people lose their goddamn mind. Well, that means we don't value our own talent and our own nothing about us. But to see another nation of people do it, we like, oh yeah, they finally get it. Now we've been doing this for years.
That's right.
Been doing it for centuries. But here go the kick of it all. Read on, Yanazar.
And their own shepherds.
And their own who?
Shepherds.
Their own shepherds. Go ahead. I don't read it too fast. Their own who?
Their own shepherds.
Our own shepherds.
Pity them not.
Pity them not. So while we doing all these fantastic things as a nation of people, the people who's supposed to be guiding us, right? What is a shepherd job to do, man? A shepherd job is to take a herd and be able to guide them, right? The shepherd's supposed to be able to say certain words that the flock know to turn around and listen to. You know what I'm saying, right? See, the white man is a beast. He's a real beast at heart. You understand? He's wild. He's not governed by anything. His lust is that thing that drives him from his stomach to his penis. You understand me? That's who we choose to follow. But the Lord made us like sheep, like a bride adorned to a husband. That's what we are. But when we follow these other nations and that shepherd that's supposed to be guiding us and receiving all the riches from the oppressor, he's no longer interested in his flock. You know what I'm saying? In this empire, our shepherds, they're not interested in the flock. Yeah, they do things on the outside that make us look good and make you smell good, dress it all up, long as they're looking good. But who's struggling at the end of it? The flock is struggling because they have nobody to protect them from the wolves. They have nobody to protect them from the waters. You know what I'm saying? They have nobody to lead them to green pastures. Right? So in the midst of destruction, because we don't have a strong shepherd, our gates languish, right? The leaders say, you know what? It's your fault. It's your own fault. It's your fault. I told you, if all you had to do was vote for change, right? All you got to do is go to church on Sunday. But the truth is, the shepherds that are guiding us right now as a nation of people, they are flawed in so many ways. They don't have the mental capacity to do anything for the Lord's chosen people because they don't even understand who we are. To understand that you're an Israelite, you understand me? It's the first thing that you know that there's something we must do as a nation of people, and that's keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? And without a proper shepherd, we will get injured. We will be harmed. We will be shot in the back. We will be hunted down like dogs. We will be abused. We will always be in want and need of all things if we continue down this road with inadequate shepherds. You understand? In the Isupk, we build men. We build men to lead our people. And with that, I'm going to turn the class over to preaching prophet of 5,000, Officer Abraham.
All right, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. The water. Y'all Bashim Yashabra Gathar, while Yahweh Shemal, Bashim Yahushai. The water for Officer Zion holding it down while we have all these technical difficulties over here. Act like, you know, thought I didn't know how to use a computer there for a second. You know what I'm saying? So anybody where were we at? Who was reading it? Yana's all right?
Convocations, sir. Zechariah 11:5, sir.
Was there a question? Was there a question in the room? Any questions in the room? Anybody have a question? You know what I'm saying? I know,
There's no questions online yet, sir.
Officer Shabayala, you wanted to say something a while ago, right? Go ahead,
sir. Yeah, I was gonna piggyback off what Officer 5,000 Zion had said about we don't have a shepherd. You know what I mean? And the shepherds that we do have, I got a precept to how they're not leading us in the direction that we should go. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23 and verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors,
right,
that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture.
Damn right,
saith the Lord.
That's right. Give him a hand for that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's exactly what the Christian pastor does. That every Christian pastor, when you go into the Christian church, they claim that the Lord is in there with them. They claim that this is the church where you're going to receive, you know, all the anointing of the Holy Spirit and all of that. You go into another Christian church and they declare the same thing. You understand? When all churches are divided, every church believes that if you don't go into their building, then you don't have, you know, sanctification like they do. You don't have what it takes to get into the kingdom of heaven. So every church is divided. You understand? That's right. And in the churches being divided, they divide the Lord's people, man. They divide the flock. That's been going on since, you know, the beginning, man. You know what I'm saying? That's been going on for a very long time. How we've been divided, you know what I'm saying, as a people. And that's the same way how the so-called oppressor, how he gained the control over our nation. He divided us with the native Indians. You understand? Divided us while he was conquering our brothers, the tribe of Gad here in North America. How he pit one tribe against the other. He used the so-called buffalo soldiers up from from the West Indies, from our Jamaican, the Benjamites. He used the Benjamites to come up here, you understand, and form the Buffalo Soldiers to fight against the so-called Gadites. You understand? He used different native Indians like Squanto to show him, different trade routes and the different navigational or nomadic routes of the native Indians, man. So he's used us against us for a long time, and we wonder why there's so much black on black crime. It's because we've been, we've been through that generational curse of hating one another. You know what I'm saying? Of being against one another. And that's why that Zechariah 2:1, you know what I'm saying? Zephaniah 2:1. You know what I'm saying? Get that for me, Shabbat, if you could. Zephaniah 2:1 is so powerful, it's so important that we stop trying to join with these other races of people, these other nations, and join to ourselves, join to, come back to our people. You understand? Stop making other people more important than than our own people. You understand? Go ahead, read.
It's the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Man, we got to gather together because we're the ones not desired. And that we read these scriptures over and over and over again, but every time we bring out the same scripture, it's so true amongst our people, because we are the ones that don't prefer one another when we should. We the ones that is fighting against one another for whatever reason. You got the BGs against the GBs and the DDs and the EEs. You know what I'm saying? You got MS-13 against Vice Lords. You know what I'm saying? You got all these these different groups and gangs against one another, when black and brown should be joining together, man. Black and brown should be coming together, but we warring against one another, man. And when you hear a conversation going on with any Hispanic, they talk about the oppressor just like we do. It's just in a different language, man. You know what I'm saying? They talk about oppression. They talk about having to work sun up to sundown. They talk about being tired and being, oppressed and being downtrodden. They talk about that same thing. Go ahead, Shabbat.
What you bringing out is so heavy, sir. And we're that nation that's not desired. We, like you're saying, we don't pray for the Bloods and the Crips and the Yetes, but we want to go and pray for Ukraine.
Right. We so quick to again defend these other nations, man. Captain Tazariak just had the debate on whether we should be following Africa or joining Kemet or following the Bible. Like, what's best for black people? And Malik Shabazz, or whatever the guy name was, kept referring to black people and Africans as being the same. He kept going, our black brothers. You know what I'm saying? When they not our brothers. Just because someone has your same skin tone doesn't mean that they're your brother. You understand? The East Indians, some of the East Indians are darker than all of us in here. But they know we not the same. Right. Bollywood ain't the same as the BET Awards and BET. Bollywood ain't the same. They know that they are different people than we are, even though their skin tone, some of them is just as dark as we are. Right. And that's what we fail to realize. We fail if anyone looks like, that's why Eminem can make it in the black community. Anything that looks like us, we accept it as being us. Anything that can move like they black, then he must be black. Anything that can, any race of people that can come in and like Officer Zion was saying, do the pop lock or dance like we dance, then we accept it. Right. We are the most accepting people on the planet. But we are the ones that's getting deceived by this acceptance. You know what I'm saying? People are wanting to be accepted by blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, not so they can not so they can further black power. It's so they can infiltrate black power. It's so they can infiltrate our nation and take from us what, the good things that we have. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on. What else what other precepts can we bring out that, that our leadership is destroying us as a nation? Certainly, Jeremiah 23:1, that's not the only thing. Zechariah 11:5 is not the only thing. You understand? There's other scriptures as well that proves that we're destroyed and our leaders destroy us. Go ahead. Jeremiah 14:2, but it doesn't say anything about our leadership. It does identify us as being black. There you go. Okay, pull it up.
Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
Salaki, sir.
And of course, Judah is talking about the Jews. You understand? The word Judah, the word Jew comes from, the word Judah.
Salaki, other one.
Go ahead.
Salaki, sir. I don't know if whoever's reading, I'm not sure if they're on the mic, but we're having a little bit of a little trouble hearing them. Con.
Okay. Yeah. Go. No. Just you pull it up for us, Shabbat.
What was that precept? This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish.
And okay, so now, of course, Jew comes from the word Judah. That's why we were called Jews, is because of the tribe of Judah, the head tribe of Judah of the nation. So we were called Jews for short. And since this scripture is referring to a people, talking about the tribe of Judah is a group of people. You understand? And when it says that the gates languish, you understand? You, of course, everybody in the UPK know the common I guess example that we use for that is you want to keep what's out. You put a gate up around your house to keep what's out and what's in. You understand? And since this scripture is talking about a people, the gates of a people or the protection of a people are its leaders, man. You understand? And who are the leaders of black people? Who are the leaders of black people? Come on, somebody tell me who the leaders of black people are.
Salaki, sir.
Jesse
Jackson.
Jesse Jackson, yeah. It's even who does every black person, look up to? Who are the role models of the day? Jesse Jackson, yeah, to the black and the black Negro, Jesse Jackson is, a role model. We look up to him and Al Sharpton and them, but it's other ones that are definitely the leaders of our people.
Salaki, sir, like athletes and like famous people like LeBron James.
That's right.
Michael Jordan.
That's it. The actors like Will Smith. You understand? Jada Pinkett. You understand? That's who our leaders are, man. Will Smith, one of the highest paid actors in Hollywood. This brother is walking up on stage, slapping other brothers. for making a joke about his bald-headed bitch of a wife.
That's right.
You understand that hoe? Been hoeing for a long time, man. You understand? Been hoeing for a long time. She hurry up and made a movie opposite of Set It Off. And Set It Off, she was, a single mother and all that. She had what came after Set It Off? What's the one she was in where she right after they on Set It Off, man?
So like, was it Don't Be a Menace?
It was
Menace to Society, right? Oh, she was what's it called?
Menace to Society was first.
Hello, lady.
It was it the Woo? Was it Woo?
Woo. It was Woo.
Where she was the little mini skirt, had the little.
That was Woo out of one.
Yeah. What was she doing in that movie?
Hoeing and tricking.
The absolute opposite of setting it off. You understand? She was setting it off all right. It was hot as fire. She was shooting it up in the air.
So lock it, sir. If I may, in the movie Set It Off, I believe that's the movie where she was having sex for money with that older brother.
Well, she was hoeing herself out to get into the bank.
Right.
To get the brother to give her all the access to the bank. You know what I'm saying? And that's been going on for a long time, man. Our actors, and then they even proved that actors are our leaders, because they said now people are gonna start attacking comedians for jokes. Because Will Smith is setting a bad example, because now they're gonna start attacking, comedians because of their jokes. When Jada Pinkett been accepting criticism on her nasty acting work for a long time, man. All them critics, Will Smith ain't slapping none of them critics that say she can't act. Them bad reviews she was getting on The Matrix and all that. He ain't slapping none of them.
Right.
But guess who he chooses to slap? He chooses to slap a brother a brother that has never been known for any type of altercation physically in his whole career.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In his whole career. Come on, man. That's disgusting, man. I hate bullies anyway. You know what I'm saying? I hate bullies anyway. He should have, never mind. But just to prove that, that's who our leaders are. You know what I'm saying? Go to Isaiah 9:16, man.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 9, verse 16. For the leaders of this people cause them to err.
The leaders of our people cause us to err, man. Cause us to commit the transgressions against the Most High. They cause us. They the ones. That's the reason why sisters don't know that sex is marriage, man. It's our leaders. That's the reason why. You understand? It's hooping and hollering and dancing and all that foaming at the mouth that's going on in the Christian church, but it's drugs going out the back door, man. You understand? It's the reason why pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster is a part of every Christian meal after the service, and they go and eat in the fellowship hall. It's because the leaders, man. Our leaders, those Christian leaders, these actors and these athletes, they're the ones that's causing us to err. You know what I'm saying? Nike had a slogan, just do it. Just do it. You understand? Do what? Anything. In America, you can be all you want to be, man. In America, you can say, well, you know what? I'm a man. I got all this beard, but I classify myself as a woman.
Right.
And you can identify yourself as a whole female species and never experience one day what it's like to be a female. You can go and you can jump on the swim team, swimming against women, and you still got testicles, man. Still got the male muscles, the muscle structure of a grown man. And you can go swim against women that'll never be as fast as you because you're stronger than them. And you can call it right in America. America calls it okay. America says that's a perfect thing to do. Go ahead.
So like what you're saying is heavy. I heard that I want to make sure that YouTube don't ban me. The person, that went from being like the 400th ranked male swimmer to the #1 ranked female swimmer. I heard that apparently, he be in them showers with them females, letting it all hang out, and they can't say nothing because he's a female.
Right, because he identified with a female. Now they gotta look at Rod dangling in front of their face every day.
Right.
Say again. That's oh my God. No. We'll definitely get banned for that one. We can't say that. Yeah. That is disgusting, man. And now this is what I want to understand. Where are your advocates at on women's equality? You know what I'm saying? Where all them advocates at saying, well, that is what is it, man? Huh?
So like, is it you saying misogyny, sir?
Nah, it's sexual harassment.
Con.
Sexual harassment, indecent exposure. You cannot look. Let me tell you something. Go to your job. Walk in there with no bottoms on. That's like I'm just play the video. Let me done made the video. Probably with a pants on. I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you walk out in public, with no clothes on, and the masses,
Salakia, he's breaking up a little bit, sir. Salakia, all the occupants in other zones, are y'all having the same issue, or is it just us in Durham seeing the like oversight?
We're having the same issue in Fayetteville.
Con. It's Salakia, you breaking up. You might need to ask the Akim if y'all could turn the Wi-Fi off on their phones and such because of the bandwidth.
Okay, Wi-Fi off on your phones. Don't have it on. It's still breaking up.
Still breaking up, so you might also need to refresh your page as well.
Okay. Trying to find it.
Yeah, just turn the battery, the volume down.
This one right here.
Thought but one, you go ahead and take it out since you're on camera. Just go ahead and read down the scripture, Baba Koshah.
Who was reading last?
It was
I'm gonna read it for Overside Rock, sir.
Khan, go ahead.
Con. We at 96. Con. Salakia. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 9 and verse 16. For the leaders of this people caused them to err. Salakia.
Yeah, like Adawan was saying, the leadership is causing us to do all manners of evil and wickedness and sin against the Most High. We got the leadership. The number one leadership that we have is the Christian church. I was outside of Martin Luther King and Al Sharpton and all these people that we look up to and these entertainers. One thing they all have in common is that they're followers of the Christian church.
And that's the issue that we have with America right now and with the modern day world. So when we talk about Jada Pinkett, Will Smith, we got to also look at, have to look at what's the boy's name? Chris Rock.
God.
You know, he also setting a bad example for our people as well, because, you know, we talking about what's the swimmer's name?
I don't even know.
Whatever that swimmer's name who had the testicles. You know, I think that's what Chris Rock needed.
Salakia.
You know what I mean? At that point.
I think Officer Abraham might be back in.
Okay, no sweat.
Yeah. Adawan, you hear us, sir?
Con. You hear me?
I hear you fine, Adawan.
Salaki Tabuan.
All right, it's bro.
Can y'all turn y'all mic just a hair out?
Wait, turn our mic down, sir.
Baba Kusha.
Con, Adawan, Con. Let me know if this is. I'm turning it down as we speak. Is that Tawab, sir?
That's Tawab.
Con. All right, Adawan, it's on you, Salaki, sir.
All right. Got the water. So that's an exposure, man. And those gotta go through that every day. That sexual harassment every day. They're forced to look at the male, you know, scrotum of a full man in the locker rooms. You understand? And they have to. And no doubt, he probably say he identify as a woman, but that's a man. That is a full-out man. And who's this say he's not, you know, going through what men go through when it's women? Right. Yucky, man. That is all yuckity, man. And that's America. That's America for you right there. That's America will have and call it normal and normalize it.
So what you said so heavy, just grab him by the box.
Yeah, that's what Donald Trump say.
He's gonna grab him by the box.
Yeah. He gonna be grabbing them by the box. That's what he gonna be doing. He grab by the box. He gonna be out of there. You know, the ones who's supposed to be first place, he gonna be first place. All this. That's what's going on. And that's what those women swim team going to take, because America hellhole is disgusting to be, man. Go ahead, Tabawan.
Yeah, so you're not breaking up quite as bad as before, but you're still breaking up just a little bit. I'm not too sure if y'all might need to refresh your whole you know what I'm saying, your modem and everything. But yeah, we're getting a little bit of like, it's kind of choppy. The other zones, are y'all hearing the same thing as well still, or is it just us in Durham?
It's still choppy.
Yeah.
It's still choppy for us.
Con, yeah. So you might have to refresh.
I hear the same thing. Say again.
Yeah, so like everyone's saying that it's still coming through choppy. You might have to refresh, like basically reboot your modem. That's the only other thing I can think of other than refreshing your page, sir.
Okay, just take it over for the while we reboot this. We'll come back at
Con, sir. Con. So like Officer Zion, you want to take it?
Come, Baba Kusha. Hold on, Salaki.
Con, sir.
Let when we fix the camera around so I can be on camera, we'll Iraq, go ahead and take it till we turn the camera around until Officer Abraham come back in, Baba Kusha.
Con.
Another one, con.
Hit the water.
So like Adawan was saying, number one, let's go to Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 1, if you don't mind, Baba Shah.
Con. It seems that way. Yeah. Jeremiah 23, verse 1, sir.
Con.
Yeah. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter. It's like it, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, and verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors.
Again, the leadership. You know, no matter how you want to look at it, if you want to talk about Michael Jackson, Prince, you want to talk about Will Smith, or any of these so-called examples that guide the decisions of our people over who should be guiding the decisions of the people, which is the ISU back here.
That's right.
You know what I mean? It all stems from one thing. When they were all young little boys and girls, they all followed the Christian pastor, the Christian church. You understand? That's the true culprit of it all. You understand? And that's why we say right here, say it again, read.
God. Whoa. Pastor.
Death and destruction to the pastor, man. You know what I mean? This is why we say these things, because they are the source of the problem. Christianity, loving our enemy, loving everybody. You know what I mean? Worshiping pagan holidays. You understand? Being effeminate, doing anything, any and everything that the Most High says to do. The Christian pastor teaches the opposite. That's why he's the Antichrist. That's why Christianity is the Antichrist. You understand? So we looking at the actual entertainers like LeBron James or Kyrie Irving as you know, and that's the problem of the Christian church, because they have not taken the proper stance that Christ would have taken and actually formed the proper leadership like Commander General Yohana Isupk. That's why the people like a basketball player, someone who runs a football, someone who can sing very good, becomes the prime example for how we're supposed to live. Who's teaching our children in these classrooms and on these TVs and on these social media platforms? You understand? It's because of the Christian church. Will Smith is a damn Christian. Jada Pinkett is a damn Christian. Chris Rock is a damn Christian. You understand? And that's the culprit, and that's what must go.
Give him a hand. Yeah. Give him a hand, top of one. Can y'all hear me?
Use your phone, sir.
What he's saying is on point. You know what I'm saying? Is you know what I'm saying? It's spot on, if I may. It's pin the tail on the donkey, if you understand. But to add to it, we all know this as a nation of people. If Christianity was a way to fix our people, we should be damn walking on water right now. That's right. Well, all the churches and the examples and all these pastors that claim they was called by God, and then what they tell us all the time, we should be the ones walking on water. Yet and still, we're the ones that's at the bottom. And nobody ever raised their hand and ever asked, like, why? How many questions that you woke up with at the age of 13 and you want to know the truth about why Sister Shirley is shouting all across the damn church? You ever asked that? What is the Holy Ghost? You thought it was just something that people did that they caught in the church and dance all around the damn church, right? No full understanding. Read that verse again for me, Baba Kushar.
This is the book of Jeremiah.
Isaiah 9:16.
We go back to Isaiah 9:16, sir.
Come.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 9 and verse 16. For the leaders of this people caused them to err.
Hold on, Salaki. So just so we get this, I had done read it for me, Baba Kushar. Come in here, read it for me. You don't mind, Baba Kushar? Could you, brother, please? It says for the leader of this people. Now, this meaning like this is very specific to a particular group of people. This identified as a separate between this people and everybody else. This meaning it's a connotation of as a matter of fact, these people who the Israelites, the so-called Black, Hispanics, Native Indians, because you think about all the other nations of people, their people gonna always look out for their best interests. You know why America is America today? Because the Caucasian man, the white man, decided that he's going to look out for the best interest of his brother. You understand me? These people understand that. Their leaders understood what Mount Rushmore meant. Their leaders understood what I guess slavery meant to us. Their leaders so much they understood it so much that they come up with a thing called the Willie Lynch letter. That there are books that talk about how to create the perfect Negro slave. Abraham brought this out last week, how when Christopher Columbus came to America, he said, you know what? The Native Indians of our brothers and sisters would make what? The perfect slave. Their leaders, all the other nations, when they made kung fu movies, they didn't let black people in the kung fu movies out. I think who was Return of the Dragon when they started letting the black man. What was it? It wasn't Wilt Chamberlain, was it?
Jim Kelly.
Yeah, exactly. The brother, he was like the first one to really get into the kung fu flicks. Right? These other nations know how to value their system and their money and their time. But our leaders, read it again, Ayathon, for me, Baba Kushar.
Come on. Isaiah chapter 9, verse 16.
Can y'all hear?
Come.
Go ahead.
For the leaders of this people cause them to err,
Mm-hmm.
and they that are led of them are destroyed.
They that are what?
Led of them are destroyed.
They that are led of them are destroyed. Who are led of them? Who? The question would be, who are led of them? Who? That's what you have to ask yourself. When you talk about this scripture, after you read that, for their leaders of this people cause them to error, meaning to go astray, to fall into things that we should not fall into. Homosexuality, lesbianism, and a mountain of other things, right? And they that are led of them, right? And then what it says? Are destroyed. Meaning what? The question you have is, then who are the people who are led by them? Who are those people? It's us. It's us. When we look at our people, you can't sit here and pretend like you don't understand that we got some real issues as black people, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You understand? We have some real issues. And what my brother Arak was saying, like when we talk about the issues, we think that having somebody in front of a camera is in front of a microphone just because they come from a hood somewhere. They have some kind of understanding of how to get another brother out of the hood. They don't. The nigga just sold enough drugs just to get out of the hood. Or he sold enough records to live a certain kind of lifestyle. 50 Cent, I've never seen him really stand up and stand on any political issues. And that may be, and that's a damn good thing. Because when I look at Power 1 and 2 and Force, and what's the other one that he got? Raising Cain. I'm like, you know what? You shouldn't be making no political decision if you writing pilots like this. The real leader that should be that has been presented and given to us is Commanding General Yohana. You understand? He's a real leader, man. Yeah, Commanding General Yohanas, the generals, the captains, the officers, right? You listen to the brothers in the Isupk, you'll understand we point out the errors in our ways as a nation of people. We're the ones that say, listen, we're not following the law, statutes, and commandments. We're doing whatever the hell we want to do. You know what I'm saying? You listen to Commander General Hunter, you're going to find out within 10 minutes of talking to him, there are certain things that you just cannot say. You talk to a brother out on the street, you can be like, yeah, man, I was sleeping with his girl and he didn't even know it. You walk up to Commander General Hunter, you're going to realize there's a conversation that you cannot have with my brother. You understand me? It's so much so that you have other men that will call into a radio show to make sure that nobody disrespects him in the conversation. That's the type of leadership that we should have. Not somebody that's going to shuck and jive for the oppressor. Somebody that's going to shuck and jive for another nation of people. Our leaders, no matter what situation that they're in, today they celebrate Christmas. Today they celebrate Thanksgiving. They're going to celebrate the 4th of July. And they're also going to celebrate Juneteenth. You tell me what's the common sense of that? You're going to celebrate the 4th of July and Juneteenth? Damn. You know what I'm saying? You surround yourself with a whole spectrum. What makes you different than any other leader? What makes us different from any other leader is we have a moral compass that we live and we go by. Meaning there's a thing that you can rely on that I'm just not going to do. That I can stand for. I can't rock with you when I know what you will and what you won't do. What I know what you're going to do. I don't know what you're going to do when the lights go off. I don't know what you're going to do when the you know what I'm saying, behind closed doors. In the Isupk, we teach our brothers in Hebrew Academy, you got to be what, Quadon? You got what else? You got to be brotherly, reliable. What else? Come on. No, not those. Well, you gonna need that coming up soon. You gonna need that one. Come on, Ayathan. Predictable, reliable, and what else? Dependable. Y'all get that? That's brotherhood. That's sisterhood. You think I'm gonna get close to you when you unpredictable? You get what I'm saying? How can I really be a brother to you when you so unpredictable? Today you're like this. Today you sold out for the truth, and tomorrow you're smoking weed. How am I rock with you? Today you a sister. You all modest, dressed up, closed up, head to toe. You got your what you call it? You got your head wrapped all the way down to your throat. Is that you? I seen you over there. What's the name of that club y'all go to? Y'all frequent? What's the name of that club y'all go to? Kawhi? What's the name of that club? Halo. I seen you at Halo, that club, Halo, right? Only wearing a halo on your damn head. You in there with a tutu on. Huh? Rain boots and a thong. You got it on in the club. You unpredictable, sis. How can I rock with you? Right? Brother, you were just sitting in class. You get too much alcohol in your system, you turn into a whole nother man. These are the people who we look at as being honorable and leaders for our people. These people cause us to error. Women today look at Tiffany Haddish like she the greatest thing since sliced bread. And if they only knew that she's an African. She's an alcoholic, if I may. You take the movie, what's the name of that? Girl Trip. How outlandish is that movie? Now, the one thing I will say is I think all women know what they do on Girls Trip. That's why they go on Girls Trip from the jump. You ain't got to raise your hand and tell the dirty little secrets. Keep them to yourself. But women know that movie wasn't a joke. You know what I'm saying? Women across the world know that, oh, you got that one crazy girlfriend that you go out with that's going to do every damn thing. You got that one that's probably carrying the Bible that she the whole out the whole group. Huh? Brothers do the same thing. You got the brother who's pretending like he's a gangster, and the first time somebody jump out, he hiding in the car. He the one that talking all the trash bunk, y'all. This is the Christian church, and these are the leaders for our community. And none of them have done their job, man. None of them are doing their job. But this time I'm gonna turn the class over to Officer Abraham. You back out of one? It's still doing
it. Salakia, Officer Abraham, can you hear us?
Nah, that's Durham.
Favor, y'all can hear us in Durham?
Con, I hear you.
Officer Abraham, can you hear us out of one? Your mic might be muted. We're not getting nothing, sir.
But they ain't letting us get no juice today, huh? That's all right. We gonna come Yashala all the way from the 15th of April. We gonna get it on. You understand?
That's right.
And you're not gonna be able to mute that. It's gonna be live and in your face. You understand me? And that's what we're waiting for. Yeah, you can't mute that. You can't put that on hold. You know what I'm saying? Is it working?
Yeah, Salakia, Officer Abraham, like we seeing you, you know what I mean? But it's just that we're not hearing you come through the mic. You're not muted on StreamYard. You might be muted somewhere else in your system. You know what I'm saying? Maybe your mixer or your interface. So we're gonna wait till we hear Officer Abraham. I'm gonna put you back on the screen, Officer Zion. That's what, sir.
All right, let's go.
Come on. There you go.
Let's go. Ezekiel 34:11, Baba Kushah. Everybody toward.
Come on, sir.
Most High Christ.
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 34, verse 11. But thus said the Most High Power, Behold, I, even I, will both search my sheep and seek them out.
Go ahead.
Verse 12. As a shepherd seeketh out his flock in the day that he is among his sheep that are scattered, so will I seek out my sheep and will deliver them out of all places where they have been scattered in the cloudy and dark day.
Go ahead.
Verse 13. And I will bring them out from the people and gather them from the countries and will bring them to their own land.
Bring them where?
To their own land.
Go ahead.
And feed them upon the mountains of Israel,
by
the rivers, and in all the inhabited places of the country.
Go ahead.
Verse 14. I will feed them in a good pasture, and upon high mountains of Israel
Go ahead.
shall their fold be. There shall they lie in a good fold,
Salakia
and
the
in
one.
a fat pasture.
Yeah, Salakia the one.
Shalom.
Sir. Khan, I just want to let Officer Abraham know we can hear him, sir.
I can hear you.
Okay. Salaki, where was you at?
I was at Ezekiel 34 and 14, sir.
34 and 14. Go ahead.
Come on, it's the book of Ezekiel chapter 34, verse 14. I will feed them in a good pasture, and upon the high mountains of Israel shall their fold be. There shall they lie in a good fold, and in a fat pasture shall they feed upon the mountains of Israel.
Now this is all metaphoric, right? It's all metaphoric, saying that, you know what I'm saying, this is after that, the Lord is going to gather his sheep. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be able to eat. We're going to be able to eat in green pastures again. We're going to be able to eat the good things. Keep going.
Come on, verse 15. I will feed my flock, and I will cause them to lie down, said the Most High Power.
Meaning we're gonna now understand these words that the Most High gave us. We're gonna understand them for what they really mean, and not for how some oppressor is lying us and telling us what they mean. You understand? He's gonna feed us. He's gonna. You understand when it's talking about feeding. In this sense, it's talking about teaching, man. It's talking about imparting into us the ways of the Most High, giving us his wisdom. You understand? And that's what's going to be going on. Keep going.
Come on, sir. This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 34, verse 16. I will seek that which was lost and bring again that which was driven away. And will bind up that
which go ahead.
Also, like it, sir. And bind up that which was broken. And will strengthen that which was sick.
He's gonna fix the 12 tribes of Israel. He's gonna seek out what's been lost. What's been lost? You understand? We are being lost. You understand? The 12 tribes of Israel have been lost. Why we've been lost? Because we've been conquered over and over again, and our names have been changed. Our culture been stripped away from us. We don't know which way is up. You understand? Go ahead, keep going.
Come on, sir. It says, but I will destroy the fat and the strong. I will feed them with judgment.
The fat and the strong are the oppressor. You understand? The oppressor is getting rich off of the resources of this earth and getting rich off of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. He is feeding all the way around. Like the poor, the more poor that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians get, the more powerful the so-called oppressor gets. The more liberated we become, the more weaker he becomes. You understand? And that's why it's important that we follow what Commander General Yohanan been ordering all the camps from a long time ago before he came into the truth. He been saying in order that all camps must come together. Everybody must come together. That's an order, man.
God. Damn right.
Because the Lord is going to start to deliver for his people. Going to start damn right. Barakatah Yahweh Shai, man.
Damn
And
right.
everybody should come together, man. The
Yeah,
Lord is
it's
going to start to search out what's been lost. He's going to start to fix us, man. You understand? And we,
So like if I may, I don't want.
we need to be all. Go ahead. What you say?
I was gonna say when I'm looking at this scripture, they talk about how the Most High is the perfect shepherd when we talk about attending to his flock, versus the leadership that we seek out there in this empire today. The Lord, he gave
Right.
us a perfect understanding of how a shepherd's supposed to look at this flock. You understand?
Right.
And that's why I was showing this to our people, just like it should be a dramatic contrast about what's right and what's wrong, about what it is that we need and don't need as a people.
Right. And we have to keep it shown that why. Because we're broken. You understand? We're all the way backwards. Precept. We're all the way backwards. Isaiah 1 and 3. Isaiah 1 and 3.
Come on, sir. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 1, verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner,
Huh?
and the ass his master's crib.
Hey man, a dumb ox, a beast of burden. A beast of burden, an ox. Now that ox is good for one thing: plowing, working, bearing loads, bearing heavy loads. Even an ox, even a dumb ox that you only use for carrying loads and plowing fields. You understand? Even a dumb ox knows his owner. Even a donkey, an ass, his master's crib. You slap a donkey on the tail, bop, they start running, they going straight home. Go ahead.
Come on. But Israel doubt not know.
Mm-hmm.
My people doubt not consider.
Meaning it ain't even you ever see the disbelief on somebody's face when you tell them that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the real Jews. You remember your mama, how she reacted to you when you said you found out that black people are the real Jews, and she a staunch Christian. She'd stand you down. We the Gentiles. We the Gentiles. We not no Jews. You understand? Israel doth not know. We don't even consider. Like we've been so ground to mush in this place called America that we don't even consider that we could be the Lord's chosen people, man. We don't even enter into our brain that we could be more than the excrement on the sidewalk. That we could be more than just some dirty, filthy, something that's stuck in a crack house. Some twisted individual that's only good for selling drugs. We don't even consider that a sister don't even consider that she is a princess of the Most High, a princess of the power. So that's why she sleep with 10, 11 brothers before she even find one that's even close to being okay. That's why that's why a sister will readily just shake her tail in front of everybody. If she knew she was a princess of the Most High, she would guard herself better. A brother wouldn't just throw himself in these dangerous situations like selling drugs and being a gangbanger and running around, just frivolously in the streets. A brother wouldn't do that because he would consider himself more valuable than what a normal person is. But why we don't? It's because we don't even consider, man. We don't even consider ourselves being, worth anything. Keep going.
Come on, go to verse 4, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 1, verse 4. A sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity.
A people laden with iniquities, man.
Mm.
Heavy with sins. You understand? We commit so many transgressions against the Most High. We heavy with sin. We are people that's a sinful nation, man. You understand? Even down to the very thing of not eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. We just transgress against the Most High on an astronomical level. Keep going.
Come on. A seed of evildoers.
Uh-huh.
Children that are corrupters.
Mm-hmm.
They have forsaken the Most High. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger.
Mm-hmm.
They are gone away backward.
They are what?
Gone away backward.
They are gone away backwards. Read the next line.
Come on, verse 5. Why should you be stricken anymore?
Mm-hmm.
You will revolt more and more. The whole head.
Stop right there. Meaning, if the Most High keeps afflicting us, He keeps afflicting us when we sin against Him, because it's supposed to teach us not to sin against the Lord. When we eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster, and we get gout, and we get high blood pressure and hypertension and heart disease and strokes, it's supposed to teach us. But you know what? I'm gonna teach my children not to eat pork. It's supposed to teach us a lesson, but it does not teach us a lesson. We'll just revolt, meaning we'll keep sinning more and more. Why? Read the next line.
Come on, sir. The whole head is sick.
The what?
The whole head is sick.
Hey man, you ever heard? Now that's a nigga talking right there. Man, you sick in the head, man. You ever heard a nigga say that? Man, you sick in the head, man. That's what's wrong with blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Meaning, you ever seen a mother? You ever seen a mother chastise a child? I mean, switch out, whap, 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 whap. The child crying like she done killed the child, and 5 minutes later, the child doing the same thing he just got the whooping for. Little boy is known for that, Shabayala. I ain't gonna say how I know. I'm not gonna say how I know. I just know I'm wise. Salakia. I was that boy getting, switching, braiding switches together. How you know about braiding switches together? Because one didn't work. You understand? I'm running around doing everything mama tell me not to do. Whap, 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 whap. I act like she killed me. Ow! Oh my God. 5 minutes later, what am I doing? The same thing I just got the whooping for. She come in again. Whap, 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 whap. Tell you, you killing me, mama. I'm gonna die. I'm bleeding. 5 minutes later, I'm doing the same thing she just whooped me twice for. That's Israel, man. That's Israel. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. You understand? But we gonna get it right. Under the Isupk, man, Commander General, y'all gonna get it right, man. We gonna get it right.
That's right.
You understand? Read that again, brother.
Come on, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 1, verse 5. Why should you be stricken anymore? You will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick, and the whole heart is faint.
The heart is weak. When it says the whole head is sick and the heart is weak, who can tell me what that means?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
Would this be talking about like the leadership that we consider as our leadership in Israel today? Like our Christian pastors?
It's not you. It's talking about us. It's talking about us. It's a certain thing that it's a certain terminology, words should pop out when certain scripture read. When they say the whole head is sick, that's self-explanatory. Our minds, we can't think clearly. Certainly, we don't think clearly if there's still people getting hooked on drugs to today. To this day, and I grew up before I even ever touched a weed blunt ever in my life. I knew that weed was bad. I knew that cigarettes was bad. I knew that weed and cigarettes was bad, and you shouldn't be getting hooked on drugs and all of that. But that stopped me from when the blunt came my way, and they said, "Hey man, he smoke this." That didn't stop me. You understand? Sick in the head, right? When it says your heart is faint, what does that mean? What does it mean to have a heart that's faint? Come on, somebody raise hand. Go. Somebody in Greenville raise their hand.
Salary, sir, this officer your mouth.
Yeah.
Salary, sir, a heart that's faint, would that just be you understand, like the things that we desire, like we got tired of serving the Lord, and so in our exhaustion of serving the Lord, we turn to just serving ourselves and serving other gods and things that feel good, because serving the Lord was of course too much. It was too hard, as they would say.
That's right. I'll take that, but it's something better. It's something better. It's something more short. It's a short answer to that question. Would you own it? You right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say you're wrong. It's a better way to answer. Somebody else said, Salakia.
Salak, I was gonna say the mind is weak. That's what I was gonna say.
That's it. That's bottom line, man. That's bottom line. Your mind is weak. Why we say we blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians have weak minds? It's because we know the Christian church is full of a big show. We know it's a big show. Come on, Lahab, hit me with it. And he was spanking that booty. Nah, I mean that's a lot. Right. Yeah. Hey, look, let me tell you what I heard one of the teachers in the school say. We know that going into Christian church is like going to a David Blank show or a David Copperfield show. You go see David Copperfield. Now I don't know if I'm displaying my age or not. Who know who David Copperfield is? All right, okay, Shabbat, thank you. Thank you. David Copperfield was the magician of the decade in the 90s. In the 90s, man, David Copperfield, the David Copperfield special would announce for like months. Like David Copperfield gonna make a tank disappear. A whole Browning tank. He gonna make it disappear. And months we used to talk about, hey man, you gonna see the David Blaine show? You gonna see the... We knew it was fake. We knew that you can't make a whole tank disappear. But we go into the Christian church knowing them rolling around and foaming their mouth with that. We know that it's fake. We know it is. We know it is. We know it's fake, but what? We keep still flocking in there. We keep still trusting in the Christian church with our light bill money and our rent money and the car note. You understand? You can't tell your Christian mama that, this is all a show. You can't tell Christians that they, what they feel in the Christian church is not Most High. That Most High wouldn't make you, just come all over you and make you cry. you do all that crying, you go out to problems again. It's problems. Your problems never go away, but you go into the Christian church to get relief from your situation, from your problems, but the problems are still here. You know what I'm saying? The bills still due. You know, lights finna get cut off. All this still going on after you leave the Christian church. But we still flock in there every Sunday thinking that, you know, it's insane. It's insanity. Repeating the same actions, expecting different results. That's insanity, man. You understand? And K.R. the War said it plain and simple. Our mind is weak. And we'll fall for anything, man. We don't have the strength in our minds to resist the things that we know that are fake. As long as it's a good show, it's got a nice beat. What can look? Let me tell you this. What can stop a sister from twerking? Look. Put on that little 69 boys. As soon as they hear that, come on, baby, boom, 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 boom. Why? It's like it's like a habit. It's like a drug. You understand? Go ahead.
No, Slice, I was gonna say you said.
Who is that speaking?
Officer Mahayal.
Slice, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Maya. Y'all go ahead.
No, I was gonna say you said what's gonna stop. I said the only thing that stops is silence. Any type of beat she hits, she gonna shake it.
Right. That's the Christian church too. If you do that music, boom, 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 and that music, just stop it. Just stop it. And see how many people just stop dead in their tracks. They go sit down when the music stops. You know what I'm saying? Should buy y'all to go ahead with the precept.
Con. It's the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 6 and 7. For of this sort are they which crept into houses and led away captive silly women, laden with sin.
You understand? And now, understand something. This is what a woman don't understand. She don't understand that in her being naive, it gives everybody a place. It gives her a position of needing protection, where she can sit back and just be dainty and be pretty and take protection, man. Who wouldn't want it? Man, that's a good guide. You understand? Just sit back. Make sure your nails look pretty. Make sure your hair done and looking pretty and nice. Obeying your husband, be protected. Then it gives a place for that man to protect, to do what he's naturally innate to do. His instinct is to guard what he is. His instinct is to go see what's dumping and bumping in the night. That's a you know how bold, how proud a man feel when something goes bumping in the night. You got a real nigga. You got a real man in the house, and you ain't got one of these simps out here wearing purple. Oh, did I say that? So like it. If he ain't got tassels around his t-shirt, when it up in the night, he gonna feel proud to get up. Yeah, boss. He gonna be like, yeah, let me get I've been waiting for the chance to protect his house, man. That's what he gonna love to do. And you give him purpose. And a woman being naive and wanting to be protected and willing to be protected, you give that brother purpose. You understand? He gives you purpose by you letting him protect. You don't know how many times, I'm out with my brothers and we run into some woman who thinks she's Grace Jones reincarnated. You understand? She like, I'm a warrior. I'm fighting too. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not fighting beside me. You understand? You liable to shoot me with the gun because you on your cycle and I'm saying something to you. Feelings. So like it. Give me Isaiah 5 and 13. Go ahead, boss. Like, yeah, look, Pinker, they call Will Smith the trespass the Lord, man. Oh, the Wakanda forever. That is disgusting, man. That is disgusting. Who wants to lay next to that at night? And you got to roll and grab that crystal ball. Will Smith, who's gay, he got a lot of outfits. You understand? Where we at?
Isaiah 5 and what?
Isaiah 5 and 13.
Con. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 5, verse 13. Therefore, my people are gone into captivity because they have no knowledge, and their honorable men are famished, and their multitude dried up.
Our honorable men are famished. What it means to be famished, weak. You know what I'm saying? The ones that have honor in this place. You talk about your LeBron Jameses, your Magic Johnsons, your athletes. These big time athletes, man, getting these football players now making more on their contracts. They're not doing nothing. They're not doing nothing to come back and help their brothers and sisters, man, because they don't, they feel that their lifestyle is gonna be in jeopardy, man. You gotta understand something. If you real famous in America, then it makes you more saved, man. It makes you more of something to be exploited by the oppressor. You understand? Go ahead.
Keep reading.
Yes, keep reading.
Verse 14. Therefore, hell have enlarged herself.
Therefore, read it from the top.
Con is the book of Isaiah. Chapter 5, verse 13. Therefore, my people are gone into captivity because they have no knowledge.
We have no knowledge, so we went into captivity, man. You understand? Meaning we didn't follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. That's the knowledge that we don't have. We perish for a lack of knowledge. You understand? You know what I'm saying? So go ahead.
Con. And their honorable men are famished, and the multitude dried up with thirst. Verse 14. Therefore, hell enlarged herself, and opened her mouth without measure.
Hell has done enlarged herself, man.
Salaki, sir.
Her mouth without measure. Salaki, is that a lower resolution?
Salaki, sir. Salaki,
go ahead.
Question. Salaki. So what would you say to someone who responds to that scripture and basically questions the fact that we've been here before and now here we are again teaching the truth, and so we're giving the knowledge to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians with the faith that we are going to hold on to the truth? What would you say to somebody who says, what is going to be the difference in this time when we get the law, we learn the law, but just like in the days of Moses, they would probably say, how do you know that we're not going to reject it? You understand? Salaki.
Okay, maybe I'm not understanding your question correctly, Kyle. Maybe I'm not. Yeah, just oh, you got it.
So, Lagia, sir, if I could, just basically to put it in simple terms, what is the difference this time than it was back when Moses gave us the law, or back when even Christ was giving us the law and we still rejected them? What is the difference this time?
Okay. Maybe you should look at it like this. You should explain the law like here in America. You understand? The first thing you do is take the hocus pocus off the Bible. You understand? Take that hocus pocus off the Bible Meaning, if somebody say what don't work, why is it gonna work this time? It's because the law is there in America, but that don't mean people don't break the law. That does not mean that you're not gonna have criminals in this society that you're trying to build, where Christ is going to be king. You are going to have criminals. However, what's going to happen is that the earth will be under Christ, meaning the laws that we have in place in America today are going to be different from the laws that we have in place in Christ's kingdom. In Christ's kingdom, we won't be able to buy pork, crab, shrimp, lobster in a grocery. Pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster will be only sold on the black market. If you can understand what I'm saying, you will have to acquire it illegally. So, in that sense, we'll be under Christ. You won't be able to celebrate any holiday other than the holidays in the Bible. If you do, you'll be breaking the law, and in that sense, we'll be under Christ. Go ahead.
Slavius, so in Romans chapter 7 and verse 6, paraphrasing, it basically says that the law bringeth death. Now, Christ, of course, we under grace right now, so of course we're not dying for our sins. But when Christ comes back, will that scriptures and be back into consideration? Meaning, is that basically what you're saying? Is that if someone sells drugs, that they gonna die?
There be. So 1 second. Boom. There it is. There'll be a definite consequence for selling drugs, just like as a consequence for selling drugs now. You understand? Being a witch in the Bible or a warlock is punishable by death. Here in America, you be a witch and a warlock here in America and you get jail time. That's not the death penalty. You understand? And here in America, if you sell drugs, you a witch and a warlock here in America, and you got enough money, you're gonna be El Chapo. How long did it take them to get El Chapo? You're gonna be Al Capone. You're gonna be what's the cat name on Scarface? You're gonna be Scarface. Where you keep evading the law and keep evading the law until you just can't no more. That's America, man. That's America. Y'all seen? Hey, look, I'm an old man now. I just started watching Snowfall. And Snowfall, he is selling drugs for the CIA. He's in league with the government. That's what America is. In Christ's kingdom, you won't be able to be committing crimes under the supervision of the government. Go ahead, Lahab.
It's like if I may out of one.
Who? Okay, Shabbat, y'all are gonna read it before you got the mic.
It's like if I may out of one.
1 second. Right. We won't have that corruption. I'm gonna just tell them what you said because y'all just said
La.
Okay.
La, sir.
He's saying that in America, because America breaks its own laws. You understand? Like, in Christ, you know what I'm saying? And Christ is breaking out. America breaks its own laws. And read Jeremiah 1:30.
Salaga, so you're breaking up again, sir. Salaki, are all the other zones having the same issue?
Come.
Salaki, y'all don't Officer Abraham, y'all having the same issue with breaking up? It's gotten like bad again. So whatever y'all did before, I don't know if y'all refreshed your page or if it was the modem, you know what I'm saying? But y'all might have to do that again. It's breaking up real bad again, sir. Salaki. I thought that changing the resolution would help, but it doesn't seem to really have had an effect. So Salaki, Officer Zion, you want to take it while they fix that?
Con, I got it, Baba Kusha. I was gonna say, Yerma, what you said? Somebody, what do you say when somebody asks you that, Baba Kusha?
Yeah. So I just throwing a question out there because a lot of brothers who what you call them spiritual will just say, what is going to be the difference now? Like even if Christ did come back and all of that is fulfilled, he's like, well, what's going to stop brothers from smoking weed all over again and worshiping other gods all over again? So like,
well, if we think that it's magic or a fairy tale how people change, that's not going to happen. People going to still try to, buck the system. You understand? But this time they're going to be righteous judgment in place out. And then you will have people who are going to render righteous judgment. It's just like you've been in the council before, correct?
I've been there a few times.
And you've received counsel. give him a hand. You understand? and the counsel that you receive from General Hyman, though that type of counsel would be rendered to all our people. You understand what I'm saying? You got to remember, Will Smith has a book out right now that talks about how he was talking about killing himself, right? And suicide, and he publicized this and how he didn't see himself as profitable even through all his success in the earth, right? And these are the people that we look up to. That's why so many people are hurt by what Jada has done to Will and what Will done to Chris Rock. That's just the type of leadership that we will have. But under Yahushua, the type of leadership that we will have would be like everything that we would go through, we would have righteous judgment and righteous answers to actually fix our people. You understand? So instead of we being the new thing that is looked at like, oh man, all these different strands of marijuana that our people want to enjoy, we will have children that will be born into the earth that would never have the desire to smoke weed out. We have children that would be born into the earth that would never celebrate Christmas. They would never celebrate Thanksgiving. They won't even understand what a Valentine's Day is. At an early age, you were just probably exposed to like pornography. Let's say 12, 13, to what, 9 and 13 years old? You think about Yahushua coming back. And guess who ran the porn industry? That was the so-called Jewish man. He was supposed to be living by God's laws, yet and still he run the whole porn industry. So you mean to tell me when Yahushua comes back, you ask a person all the things that they've gone through, all the things that they consider to be bad that have happened to them in their life by their parents, their cousins, their fathers, their mothers, their grandparents, and ask them what things would they change? What things would you change your life that you went through with your aunts and uncles or grandfather that made you feel inadequate of being special to somebody? You understand? What do we all fight? We all fighting the same thing. But up under Yahushua, that fathers will be able to be fathers in their home. You understand me? Mothers will be able to be mothers. Grandparents will not be beside you in club. What's the club y'all go to again? Club Halo.
Hey, Salaki.
Come on.
Salaki, Salaki. If I could, I got a precept.
Please, Baba Kusha.
Isaiah 32:1.
Come on.
Says, behold, a king shall reign in righteousness.
We already here.
And princes shall rule in judgment.
Damn right, Most High in Christ, and to go along with precept would be when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Correct.
God.
But when the wicked are on earth, the people mourn, man. That's the difference.
Lakia, sir.
That was that were you tore up on that year, Mark?
Yeah, Convocations. I'm with the water, sir.
Salakia.
You on the ball. You good, Officer Abraham. We can hear you loud and clear, brother.
Salakia, brothers and sisters, man. We good night. We done had the most problems tonight than ever, but we back in, man. Any more questions?
If I may, so everything sounds excellent over there. So everything looking good now, sir.
Okay, Khan, the water.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I got some questions, sir. Salakia. Can I get a breakdown or just a general knowledge of where the northern kingdom was during the time of not Exodus, but when we came out of Egypt, was the northern kingdom with us, or were they already on the and like here in North America? And if so, then how did they get here?
Okay. When we came out of Egypt, no, the kingdom wasn't split yet. You see what I'm saying? Solomon wasn't born yet when we came out of Egypt in the captivity out of Egypt.
Right.
We was a nation. It was the 12 tribes. You understand? Solomon, then because you got Moses, then you got Aaron takes over, then you got Aaron and all them wandering around in the wilderness for 40 years. All those people dying off from the wilderness and coming out of Egypt. You remember only 2 people entered into the promised land, Joshua and Caleb. You understand? So you have that's going on, and then from that on down, you just reading the story on down of what happened all the way up into David. You remember when David united the tribes again? You understand? We wasn't necessarily the northern and the southern kingdom. We were just on our own deal. We were ruling, but we wasn't ruling as one nation. So David had to go to war with the Philistines and go to war with his own people too, to unite us as a nation. You see what I'm saying? Then, of course, his son Solomon. Then Solomon sins and starts to marry strange wives. Then you have the split of the northern and the southern kingdom. You understand?
So Salakia, sir. So then how did and when did the northern kingdom come over to America?
When in the Apocrypha, when it said, and what is it? Can you find it when it said they traveled over the water for a year and a half to a land that nobody has ever dwelt? Second Esdras
13 and 40, sir.
Second Esdras 13 and 40. So go back up, go to Second Esdras 13 and start at verse 1.
Come. This is the book of Second Esdras, chapter 13 and verse 1. Shalakia. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night. Verse 2, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. Verse 3, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. You want some?
Okay. Go to Second Esdras chapter 12. We're trying to get a timeline on when this is happening.
Okay. Shalaki. This is the book of Second Esdras, chapter 12 and verse 1. And it came to pass, whilst the lion spake these words unto the eagle I saw. Verse 2, and behold, the head that remained and the 4 wings appeared no more. And the 2 went unto it and set themselves up to reign. And their kingdom was small, and fill of uproar. Verse 3. And I saw and behold.
Salakia. Go to 2nd Ezra chapter 1 and verse 3.
It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 1 and verse 3. The son of Aaron of the tribe of Levi, which was captive in the land of the Medes.
You understand? So this is the time where the children of Israel, the northern tribes, went and traveled over the sea to a land that nobody dwelt. It was the captivity of the Medes, of the children of Israel. And Aaron, he was in that captivity. You understand? And he was in the land of Medes under the reign of Xerxes. Artaxerxes was the king of the Persians. You remember Xerxes, right? The same one as Ahasuerus. You understand? In the Bible. So it's during the captivity of the Medes where the northern tribes was like, we're going to go and dwell in a land where no one had ever dwelt before. And you can go start from 2nd Ezra chapter 1 verse 1, read on down through, read them 12 chapters. Now skip back over to 13 and 34?
40, sir.
13 and 40. Skip back over to 13 and verse 40.
Come. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13 and verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanasseh, the king of Assyria, led away captive. And he carried them over the waters, and so they came into another land. Verse 41, but they took this counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
You understand? So they were led into captivity, under the time of Hosea the king, and they said, man, hey, look, forget this. They had a council amongst themselves, and they was like, man, we're not gonna be no slaves. We're gonna go travel and go live in a land where no one has dwelt before. Go ahead, Lahab. Right. And so keep going.
Come. Verse 42, that they might there keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land.
That's it. You understand? That answer your question, Yerma?
Con.
All right, go ahead.
Christ's kingdom, we won't have it. That's what Jeremiah 31. That's what it kind of says. Like in that kingdom, we won't have to teach each other not to break the law.
Right.
We won't have to tell each other you ain't supposed to eat pork.
Right.
Everybody's
gonna know.
We're not born into that now.
Right.
We're not born into teaching our our kids don't know no better. But in Christ's kingdom.
Right. It's not common. It's not common not to smoke weed. You understand? Like we grow up in an era of a time where to see somebody smoking weed is like, oh man, that weed. It's normal. It's normalized here in America to smoke that weed. But it's gonna come a time where if somebody spark a blunt out, everybody gonna turn around like, what in the You got a death wish, like you know what I'm saying. Like it's gonna be highly unusual to do the things that we do here in America freely. You know what I'm saying, with little consequence. It's gonna be highly, you know, it's gonna bring fear into people's heart to do those things. Go ahead, Shabaya.
This that the precept that Officer Lahab had pulled.
Okay.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 33. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. All those days, said the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts.
Right.
And they will be their God, and they shall be my people.
Right. The next verse.
Verse 34. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord, for they shall all know me.
Right.
And the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith the Lord, for I will forgive their iniquity and I will remember their sin no more.
That's what we're doing now. That's what we're doing right now. We teaching every man, like, know the Lord, man. Come back to the Lord. Come back to the Most High. Well, it's going to be a time where we ain't going to have to say that no more. Because we're going to already be, it's going to be already from a little, just like Christ. We're going to be just like Christ. We're going to know the law from birth, man. It's not going to be a, you know, you going through your 30s and now in your 30s you find the truth. Nah, the truth is going to be normalized. It's going to be normal. On the 7th day, you're going to know you got circumcised if you was a man. You know what I'm saying? You're going to know that you unclean after you have a baby for 90 days. You're going to be, you know what I'm saying? When there's a woman going on her period, she going to go on somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She's going to separate herself. All those things that we supposed to do, we're going to present ourselves the number of times a year that we supposed to do so. You understand? Passover is going to be a national treasure. Like Passover is going to be like, whoa, what the heck? You know, everything going to shut down. Like Christmas week is here. That's what Passover going to be on the earth. No matter where you go. No, you go to Africa right now, and the week of December 25th, and them Africans going, Merry Christmas. You understand? You go to China right now, and during December 25th, and they Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. You know what I'm saying? All over the earth, it's Merry Christmas. All over the earth right now, Easter bunnies is showing up all on TV, all on the signs, all in everywhere. You understand? Because everybody's getting ready to celebrate Easter, just like in America. Well, it's going to come a time where, you know, the laws of the Most High are going to be observed all over the earth. So no matter where you go, no matter you know, what land you visit, you know what I'm saying? The earth is going to abide by the laws of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Or else it's going to be death. You understand? Or you're going to have to, you're going to be, you know, going up, you're going to be smuggling pork. You're going to be on the black market, some other nation smuggling pork across the border, and you're going to be in constant fear of your life. You know what I'm saying? Just like now, they smuggling all this stuff on the black market. They in fear for their life for getting caught every day. And with that, plastic class over to Priest and Officer Shabbat.
ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They ought to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister have an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. After this 6-month period in which the brother and sister court each other, after this 6-month period, brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Ties, which is a commandments. The book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. The book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations.
Clap it up for the 53rd annual Most High's Passover. You know what I'm saying? That's the next, you know what I'm saying, high holy day going down in Cocoa Beach, Florida, starting April the 12th. You understand? Y'all gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Be there or be square. That's, you know, old saying. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I'll see everybody, all the brothers and all the Akim and Akwathian there. You know what I'm saying? Most High in Christ 53rd annual Passover to this year in Cocoa Beach, Florida. You understand? April the 15th at sundown.
If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, Amijam, Wapan Yah Kodam, which means turn and face the east. We're gonna say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash. Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Tabaa, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Barataza, Kawa, Hayah, Hashemayim, Nunlanawa, Lakam, Cow, Yawam, Masalaklanao, Kabawatianawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawatianawa, Malai. Kabayahanawa, Banashaya one, Abal, Awashanawa, Mayan, Rad, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Waala, Watapara, Waiwalamya, Aman.
In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
Men of Israel, sorry. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Sisters, be seated. Men of Israel, Amidim Shabbat, Amidim, Barak, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat, Yajmatah, Sar, sisters, stand. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amidim Shabbat, Amidim, Barak, Yahweh Shabbat, Yajmatah, class dismissed.
Hey, shalom, Akim, Akwati, and shalom.
Shalom. Shalom. This shit is